You know what's a lot of fun? When you wake up in the morning and you're like, man, I'm going to record all this content. It's going to be so great. And then they start with the lawn care. And you're like, you guys do lawn care on Thursday. It's Tuesday. Surely it will be done soon. And you wait around for hours and it never stops. And you're like, what are you even doing? Why is it taking this long? Why is it taking 5 hours to cut the grass? Yeah, it was one of those days. I really thought I had figured out when they were doing lawn care, and I thought I had pinpointed it to Thursday because it seems like on Thursday every week or two they seem to do lawn care. But today is Tuesday, and they did lawn care for a long time today. So I didn't get as much done as I would have liked, but I did get some stuff done. Also, hi everyone, and welcome to, as I said before, Tuesday. I'm working on dinner right now. It's going to be, actually, what is it going to be? Teriyaki vegetables and tuna. I was going to do more. I was going to do rice, but rice takes so long. I think that's the worst part. For some odd reason, white rice takes like no time to cook, but we moved to brown rice, and brown rice takes twice as long. It takes like 50 minutes to make rice, and it's like, I don't want to wait that long to eat. I want to wait 20 minutes. 20 minutes I can do. 50 minutes, that's too long. Anyway, delicious dinner aside, today is National Teacher Day. So, thank a teacher. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Because I happen to have a teacher about 3 feet away from me, I will thank her. So, teacher, thank you. Thank you for being a teacher and educating children and helping them develop artistic abilities. You are the best. Now, I'm not going to argue the fact that there are bad teachers. There are definitely bad teachers. I have had some. You have had some. But today, let's not talk about the bad teachers. Let's talk about the good teachers, the teachers who have affected our lives in positive ways. Today's going to be one of those discussion-type vlogs where you spend some time writing a comment of your own before spending even more time reading other people's comments to see what they had to say. Because it would be really weird and boring if I didn't give you a story of my own, I will tell you about one of my favorite teachers. My favorite teacher was in college. Her name was Bonnie Million, and I had just a few classes with her. At SCAD, you don't really take a whole lot of classes with any particular instructor just because even if you're taking something within your major, at most you're going to have maybe 3 classes tops with somebody just because there are so many professors teaching such a wide variety of subjects. And it's actually interesting, I had as many classes with Bonnie Million as I did just because she wasn't in my major. She was actually doing core classes. And I didn't have all that many core classes to do, but I did them with her. I even took electives with her because I liked her so much. The first class that I had with her was speech and public speaking, and I actually remember that my first speech, the PowerPoint in my presentation, was actually on the Mother series. I did a presentation on the Mother series, just kind of an overview of it, how, they hadn't brought Mother 3 to America, but there was the fan translation, and how people knew who Lucas was from Brawl and all this stuff. And I got a perfect score on that because she said that I was obviously very passionate about the subject. She was a very down-to-earth professor, and there was many times that she would stop teaching and actually start telling, personal stories that would, enhance our learning experience. And they did. They really did. They made you feel closer to the professor. And in any other circumstance, that may be counted as a waste of time, but I don't know, there was something about the way she explained things. It just really grasped your attention. All of the classes I had to take with her involved a lot of writing, and I think that's where she became my favorite professor, is that she agreed with a lot of what I had to say. In college, a lot of times, if you don't write what the professor wants to hear, your grade will suffer because of it. But I would write things, and she loved them. She just always really appreciated my papers, and she knew who I was. And whenever I started taking classes with her again, she knew who I was when I walked in the door on like the first day of class. She was like, "Oh, Steven, you've come back," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've really enjoyed your class, and I wanted to take more classes with you." And I don't know, I never had that connection with any other professor at SCAD. Even film professors that I took multiple times, there was never a time where the professors knew who I was. I had taken classes with the same professor multiple times, and they were never like, "Oh, you took this class before." They never did that. I saw professors' interactions with other students and how they knew them on a personal level. Some of them would even go out and get coffee together and stuff. It's kind of weird to me, but I never had that connection with professors. It's not that I really wanted it. I really didn't care. I did not give a crap. But it was really cool to have that connection with somebody, and I felt like I had that with this professor. It's interesting because I didn't really feel that way. I didn't feel like I had that connection until probably the very last class I took with her, which was the very end of school. It was like during my last quarter at SCAD. And it was probably about halfway through, 5 weeks in, where I was like, I really like this professor. She's always treated me well. She knows who I am, which is a big deal, and she values my opinion in the class. And I don't know, it was just a really cool feeling. And I would say that out of all of the teachers I've had, she's probably my absolute favorite. To be fair, I had a lot of good high school teachers as well, but I don't know. Maybe it's because high school feels like forever ago. It feels like high school was like 20 years ago. It wasn't. That would make me very old, but it feels like that. Anyway, that is my story, so tell yours. Go down below into the comments and leave a story of your favorite teacher or your favorite professor. And why are they your favorite? Did they teach you something special that no one else could teach you? Did you feel like you connected with the teacher better than other teachers? Or did they just always come to class wearing Dragon Ball Z shirts and you thought that was awesome? Whatever reason you have, leave it below. And if you're still around that teacher, then thank them. I mean, by the time you guys get this vlog, it will only have been a few days after the date. You should go up to them and be like, hey, National Teacher Appreciation Day was the other day, and I missed it, but I just wanted to tell you that I appreciate you, and you are an awesome teacher. I think it'd probably mean a lot to them. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?